Okay. What were we doing? We just gone to sleep. We're trying to figure things out. And I cannot remember what the buttons do. I don't have any of my weapons. I am sans weapons completely. Like I can't attack or anything. Because I'm dreaming. Fair enough. Go figure. This is all a dream. Alright. Well, let's get on with it. I wonder if I can just kill myself. Probably strange gravity. Oh, yeah.
Hello, Corvo. Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you. Come find me.
It's a bit Deus Ex Machina, isn't it? I mean, honestly. The left trigger to execute a fast and stealthy forward dash through the world. Also use it to move upward, but the distance is reduced. Aiming at ledges will allow you to blink forward and climb up. Hold left trigger to target your destination with precision. A blue sphere indicates that you should reach your destination. Blue arrow indicates that you will climb up when you reach your destination. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Does that recharge really quickly? It doesn't. Oh, it does recharge. Okay. Cool. Okay. Well, that makes the system a little bit better. I was getting a little annoyed with the way you moved around as Corvo. Can I go over there? I don't think I can. It's kind of neat, though. You cannot save her. You cannot save her. You cannot save her. You cannot save her. Yeah. Yeah, we figured that out, didn't we? Imperial Spiritual Remedy. Press and hold left button X, real, and drink a mana potion. But mana recharges. Right? Ah. Oh, well. Let's try that again, shall we? Boom. Boom. Alright, so I know I tested it and it was recharging before, right? It was. But now it's not. Recharging a little bit, but apparently I used... Yeah, it didn't let me go... I'm having fun. No, I'm not. Your mana is low. It shouldn't matter. There we go. Very sad. They say that you are dead like mother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it, so please come for me if you can. Sure thing, Emily. Yeah, there's a couple annoying things I'm not enjoying about this game. It feels clunky. The stealth feels clunky, the abilities feel clunky, the fighting feels clunky. It's just, you know, oh. It feels like a Bethesda game. And it's not an RPG, so that's a problem. Yeah, I know my mana is low. Screw you. Quit warning me. People. What is that? Oh. That's interesting. Yeah, I like the world, and I like the lore that's going into it, but the game itself, kind of getting on my nerves. Okay. Are you gonna let me climb up? Nope. Yeah, I wish you'd quit warning me about that. Because when I tested it, it was recharging, but apparently I got that mechanic wrong. And in order to use all the fun stuff... Okay. I did something to reduce my total mana.
In the days that follow, your trials will be great. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands. With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how you may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
Oh yay, tutorials. Visit from the outsider. Equipping the heart in your left hand helps you locate bone charms or runes, even through walls. The heart beats and lights up when you're facing a bone charm or rune, and it beats faster as you get closer. The heart will whisper secrets if you hold left trigger while targeting a person or location. Okay. I was about to say, the basic function of it, it didn't need to be equipped. But if it's got an additional function, that's okay. What's up here? More mana.
This place is the end of all things, and of the beginning. All of time's meaning is here. Neither seconds nor centuries. Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky. The one who walks here is all things. Cradle songs of comfort in bones gnawed by teeth. This is the place from which those who dabble in black arts draw their power. And this place is their doom. I can feel a great age ending. This place is the end of all things. And
Is that the repeat?
times
Yeah, that's a repeat. Okay.
neither seconds nor centuries.
Okay, that's kind of cool. So, how do I get my other magic back? There we go. Aha! It didn't auto-equip, which is something that I kind of expected. Yeah, I'm not too pleased with this game. It's alright. I don't get what all the hubbub and the praise is about. Nor the hype for part 2. Maybe I'll get it later. But for right now, it's kind of meh. There's a rune. What's back over here? There was probably something down here. Oh, get over the thing. Jeez. Oh, it just leads to the same place. Aha. Okay. Is there anything over here? Nope. Just leads to the same place. Let's see. Down we go. Ugh. Look, more mana. Wonder if I'll get to keep these during the waking world. Probably not. Once you collect some runes, open the journal and go to the power section to exchange them for powers. Runes can be collected and used to acquire supernatural powers. Okay. Journal, powers, dark vision. So I can acquire either dark vision or vitality. Health is increased, health regeneration is improved. Portion of your health bar that regenerates is improved for several ways. You're going to increase faster and more of your health regenerates. Okay. Okay. Dark vision. See in the dark and see living beings through walls, including your field's vision. Representation of sounds that you make are also visible. See in the dark. See through walls. Sounds are visible. Useful objects and security system through walls as well. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get dark vision. Okay, let's see the tutorial. Oh. Not much of a tutorial, to be honest.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
Okay, well. Whatever. Alright, and there is now more stuff to grab. Go figure. Oh, jeez. Small supernatural benefits. Locate them for listening to a song limit. You can activate 3 bone charms at once. Bone charm section of the journal. Mystical fish artifact. Mission clues. Have lock in the bar. Find the rune. There is a rune nearby. Okay, well, we'll go look for it. Oh. So are these like permanent that I can just equip? No, they've got to be used up. Because they're just giving me a ton of them. What is that? What are these artifacts? I mean, they're not explaining what the artifacts do. Let's see. Huh. White rats won't attack you. White rats can be consumed for mana. Oh, upgrade. Enables one additional bone charm to be active. Oh. Huh. Alright. So are they permanent? I can't believe that they'd be permanent. Alright, field survey. Rat artifact means that yeah, an additional bone charm. So I can have 7. Oh, they're just active. Okay, let's get some good ones. And then probably those two. Okay. Alright, let's read. Excerpt from the personal memoirs of Hiram Burroughs, dated several years earlier. This is the 4th day, month of high cold. Progress continues in the suppression of gang activity in the distillery district, but more slowly than I'd expected. The ruffians operating there have been cunning. I'll grant them that, but it's only a matter of time. I'll see their leaders flogged in public and sent beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, that mute bastard would be working day and night, removing the heads that need removing. Yeah, yeah, I'll fix that in a bit. Heads that need removing. Internally, the Empress does not seem pleased with my investigations. It seems that it is beyond her thinking, against her very nature as a trusting person, to believe that traitors move among us. But I know they do. They must. No, Jessamine would rather spend her time with the Royal Protector. At least he's likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety, but a strong arm is not what is needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wineglass or an explosive delivered by courier? It will not. There are many threats around us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Dunwall Tower, she receives instruction from the finest tutors known in the Isles, yet her mother spoils her, spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing or asking Corvo to teach her to fight with wooden sticks. The girl might rule the Empire someday. Every moment spent at play is a moment wasted. This guy sounds like a fun man. Jeez. Shoring up security for the main gate leading into Dunwall Tower has been another pet project of late. I think that back in its day, Emperor Caldwin left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come and go as they pleased. If it were up to me, I'd seal off access to the streets entirely, so the Empress won't hear of it. The waterlock is much easier to protect, and if it were the only way into the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday the wrong person is going to slip in and will suffer for it. Mark my words. No amount of security is excessive when it comes to protecting the heads of state. The Empress also disapproves of my plans for the Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but he's vain and therefore keen to see his inventions deployed in any fashion. The wall of light he's been tinkering with has promise. In any case, at least, I was able to convince the Empress to upgrade the pistols carried by officers of the watch. Why do I worry so? When no one else seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, will it all sink to the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and fill themselves on our flesh? This is what I see in the same dream several times each month. If only I had more say in things, more authority, it could protect us all. Perhaps I've been working too hard. And an evening, a conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order. Perhaps somewhere nice in the State District. Hiram Burroughs, Royal Spy Master. Oh, if he's a spy master, it's understandable that he would be... It is definitely understandable that he would be the way he is.
Somewhere in the basements below, hound kills hound, and money changes hands.
Well, that's
Such
useful.
laughter, and they're singing the old songs, linking arms. But that was from a happier time. Deals are made here, sometimes under the influence of wine, and sometimes the influence is the point of a knife. Before the sun rises, they toss any casualties into the river. Men or hound, they all go in. They top off the wine with river water, but eventually someone swoons. Then fresh bottles are fetched from the cellars. Their fate rests on your effort, on the strength of your hands and of your heart. They stood in a circle around the candles and cut their hands to form their alliance. The blood hissed as it touched the flames. The conspirators have found a safe home here. They take great care that they are not followed. The ale here is sweetened with honey to hide the taste of river brine. The sober speak in whispers. The drunk bellow. Fortunes have been won here, and lives have been lost.
I think that's a repeat.
The old man claimed
Nope.
a dark corner and drank himself into oblivion. The hounds were the first to find him. They are burning whales, somewhere in the basements below.
Okay, there it is. That is definitely a repeat.
And money changes hands.
That's kind of neat. The backstory stuff is really good. Excerpt from Overseer's Covert Field Report. For over a year now, I've lived away from the Abbey without the company of my Overseer, brethren, and the guidance of the Alliance's oracular order. Days have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cut-purses, murderers, and worse. The nights have seen me prowling through the worst alleys and wretched corners of Dunwall. I have taken my meals with killers. At times I have ventured beyond the city walls, meeting in forgotten graveyards and the outlying ruins, frequented by those of ill means. My beard has grown long, and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favored by the Bottle Street and Hatter gangs, and by those rough men and women who make their trade knifing others in return for coin. My hands have run red with blood, it's true, but I have selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who were not fit to live, executing them justly, and using their deaths as a means of building my reputation. So for this trick has allowed me to take my name among my murderous colleagues without taking the lives of the innocent. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin named Dowd in order to get close to him. Of all the practitioners of black magic we have tracked, none concern the Abbey as much as Dowd. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the archipelagos off the Pandician coast, taken captive by pirates venturing far from the Isles. According to the legend, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead and the witch controlled the crew, with Dowd still a shadow in her belly. The earliest stories tell of a gang killer without mercy, moving among the shopkeepers and city watch officers of Dunwall like a reaper through the wheat. And a period of silence followed. Years we now believe he spent traveling the Isles, studying anatomy and the occult in great halls of learning, and in hidden basements frequented by fellow dabblers in the forbidden arts. Dowd is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself. And for a time, before a schism developed, he counted the Bridgemore witches among his allies. All the while he honed his craft, and it is during this time that we believe he began to consort with the outsider. New reports emerged of a dusky-skinned assassin paid by the elite to eliminate their rivals in Dunwall and in the other major cities across the Isles. Those who saw him and lived numbered in the handful, but all of them reported something strange. He appeared and vanished like smoke from a nearby rooftop. He gestured to a noblewoman stumbling from her balcony, falling to her doom on the cobblestones below. Most recently, as this new threat of plague has risen in Dunwall, Dowd has been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather, dressed as factory whalers in their vapor masks. They seem loyal beyond comprehension for one so unworthy, leading me to wonder if some of his magic is dedicated to lulling their minds, enslaving them. Dowd is the one who killed the Empress. Only a month ago, one young girl claims to have come upon a strange scene, carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother. He was taking a shortcut through the tailor's district, in a narrow street, passed beneath a window and heard unusual sounds from within. Pushing aside the ratty curtain, the girl saw into an abandoned apartment used by miscreants for gambling and trading hot haberweed. Haberweed. An occult shrine has been erected against the far wall, which she recognized from the teachings given by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Dowd was kneeling before the shrine, muttering to an unseen spirit, as if in argument. He took a carving made of pale bone from the altar before him, and the lights all went out in a gush of unclean wind. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running till she reached her home. There can be no doubt Dowd is an agent of the outsider and must die, for there is no limit to the evil this man might do. This is my solemn oath and great purpose of my life. Until Dowd is dead and his corruption has been purged from the world, I will continue to move among the depraved, winding my way toward him. I will not drop my guise or don my overseer's mask again until Dowd breathes no more. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Slackjaw. Jeez, this is lots of backstory. Wow. Well, excerpt from a series of letters sent by a member of the Bottle Street Gang. You want the chin wag on Slackjaw? What he was like when he was young, before he got his name? Oh, he's got a cool head now, but it weren't always like that in the days before he was boss of the street gang, of the Bottle Street Gang. Time was, young Slackjaw wasn't such a reasonable man. Like most of us, he grew up on the streets, running with a pack of ragamuffins and avoiding the law, pinching whatever he needed. Dark-haired and dark-eyed, smoking a pipe by the age of 10. For them born into the brothels or coming from the orphanages, it was either the gangs or working with the mudlarks, and no one wants that. Some got pressed in the Navy or put down in the mines run by the Pendleton or Boyle families. As hard as it was on the streets, as hungry as we all got, at least we was free. By the time we weren't little uns anymore, Slackjaw was one to watch, usually calling the shots when we took down a farmer's cart or sidewalk street vendor. He'd come up with a plan, give everyone some part to play, and decide on the split. Most of us just went along, 'cause we learned fast that we made out better like that. More food, more coin. Plus, none of us wanted to deal with Slackjaw when he was in a rage. He worked on a couple of big jobs with Black Sally across town, and that was enough to get the attention of the other bosses. He wasn't just a street kid anymore. Now he was an up-and-comer. Meant trouble. Another guy who fancied himself as such was Mike the Fish, who was working his way up running the protection racket among the factory women. One fine evening, we're all taken in a bawdy show in the theater house. Mike the Fish and his lot are there in the cheap seats too, just down the aisle from us. Mike gets a wild idea. He wasn't big on planning, and throws a heavy ceramic spittoon at Slackjaw. Hits him square in the face and breaks his jaw. We look to see if there's going to be a blood brawl, but Slackjaw just points to the door and we all leave, with Mike laughing at our backs. Waking up the next day without telling us why, Slackjaw motions for all of us to follow. He still can't say a word, so he just come along. We stop at the docks and Slackjaw actually pays coin for it, heavy chain covered in hooks. It's for fishing in the deep, something you'd attach to a long line off the side of a ship. About 4 feet, made of thick links, and there are shark hooks coming off of it at different angles. Slackjaw's got that thing wrapped around his left arm, dangling at his side. Not sure how he knew where Mike the Fish was staying, but when we reached this girl's house, Slackjaw throws a bottle through the window just like that. It's almost noon. There's a bunch of screaming inside, and Mike pokes his head out, looking wide-eyed and baffled. When he sees Slackjaw out in the street, a look comes over his face that still gives me the willies. Pure murder. Mike comes out the side door, bellowing like a blood ox, holding a cleaver, heading straight for Slackjaw. When they come together in that street, Slackjaw spins and the shark hooks bite deep into Mike's arm and shoulder. He screams, but Slackjaw holds on the chain. He's standing there with his jaw broken, clenched tight, with the chain wrapped around his left arm, hooks sunk into Mike the Fish, just knifing him as fast as he can. Mike couldn't fight very well, hooked like that. Using his left hand, but he was a big guy, and it took a lot of stabbing before he went to his knees. Everyone was cheering at first, but then we all went quiet. We just kept going. Finally, it was just Mike the Fish the fish blubbering, crying like a baby, and the sound of Slackjaw's knife. When it was over, here's the brilliant part. Slackjaw took out a note and stuck it to Mike's face with a nail. It just said, "If you want a job, come to Bottle Street." Slackjaw didn't talk right for a couple months, but word spread fast. By the end of the year, once we had a sizable gang going, he sent out letters to the other bosses, telling them that he was running a brand new crew over on Bottle Street. Most of them laughed or beat up the guys who delivered the letters. Green-eyed Trish even came back missing a thumb. Apparently, Slackjaw was expecting that kind of reaction and had a backup plan. A week later, 4 of the bosses were dead. Seemed like a series of unfortunate events, but everyone knew better. One shot dead by the watch while standing in the middle of a meat market. Another slipping and falling into the water, out cold. One of the other bosses found in a bed with his belly opened wide and a Tivian pear stuck in his mouth. Still not sure what that meant. And Sheila Barnsworth was found bubbling in a cauldron of hot wax. Slackjaw sent out another set of letters. Offers to the underbosses, telling them they'd be treated fair as peers. He even sent Green-eyed Trish with one of the letters. All of the underbosses accepted. After spilling the guts of his main competition, Slackjaw went in for stabilizing his business. Real neat-like. Calling in favors, smoothing things over, getting everyone a little bit of coin or drink as a bonus. Showing what he could be like as boss. Everything got quiet, which always makes the boys of City Watch nervous, of course. Word went out among the Royal Spymaster Snitches, the responsible citizens group they called themselves, telling everyone working in a shop or sweeping off the front of their steps of their homes to keep a watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men, trying to suss out what they were up to and what had just happened. But Slackjaw ain't stupid. He greased a few palms among the shopkeepers on the watch, too, telling them that he was in town to stay and that things would be run properly from now on, without so much blood. He's finally a real boss, ready to settle into the business of moving whiskey, running the hound fights, and offering up the ladies and gentlemen of the night if you take my meaning. Then the plague came. At first it seemed like a good thing. A few people got sick and everyone wanted to buy those potions from Sokolov or Piro. Health elixir or spiritual remedy they call them. Slackjaw told me he saw an opportunity. We already had an old whiskey factory with a still, where we could water the stuff down and sell it discounted. Doing the same with Sokolov's elixir was a smart plan. Pretty soon everybody in the slums was sick and business was good. But after a while there were so many people down with the plague that everybody got scared. Where we started acting real nasty and everything fell apart. People can't work, don't have the coin for elixir, watered down or pure. When the Empress died, it seemed like Dunwall would slide into the void. Spymaster Burroughs took over, and the watch started using all that new Sokolov technology. Watch towers, tall boys, and them arc pylons. They put up a wall of light across Clavering Boulevard and cracked down hard. Slackjaw surprised again. Instead of leaving town on a boat, bound for Morley or one of the other isles, he stayed and kept it all together. He used much elixir to fight off the plague as City Watch and their taxes and rations. That's kept us alive so far. Okay, so Slackjaw's the one who owns this place and runs the hound fights. And frickin' Spymaster is the jerk, right? And I don't know if I've met Dowd. Yeah, Dowd's the one who killed the Empress. And then what's this? Journal of Granny Rags. Of course I'll tell you, dearie. I won't keep any secrets from you in the end. How long is this one? Ooh, good bit. All the dreary days of my life are like the windows of a house. In the kitchen, I can see out into the garden where the leaves and stalks are brown and bug-eaten. You can see a little lump of dirt where something was wrapped in a blanket and laid to rest along the rows of twisting vines. The front room looks out into the street, where the neighbors are all setting fire to their homes, barricading themselves inside, warm and snug, dearie. Don't forget about the bedroom either. It leads into a dreary alley where hooligans are playing a game with an old man. First two are hitting him with sticks, and the girl with them is kicking at his dry old ribs. Oh, to have those bones, to boil them in a pot. She is nuts. No one lives in my house anymore, dearie. No one you'd want to meet. When I lived there with my husband, we were fine, fine people. Vera more, everyone to say. Your house is as grand as Boyle Manor. Better even. Your dinners are lavish and your parties are the best. When that young Sulkov came to paint my portrait, I was nearly still in my prime. Radiant, he said. He was just barely a man, so young, painting all the best people across the land. Everyone wanted a portrait by his hand, all my friends. I was the only one, dearie, wet with his point, listening on the canvas for a pretty coin. Oh, that's that's pretty dirty. But it wasn't all parties and paintings. My husband and I weren't always at home, no. We traveled together, he and I, to the far ends of the Isles, beyond even, all the way to the red cliffs of Pandysia. To dig in the rock and crawl through the caves, holding up candles and squinting at the walls. Many precious things we came upon, but none so precious as the boy with the black eyes, dearie. All those marks and bones, carved so deep and polished so bright. I brought the old bones home, hid them from my dear husband. Then I learned to boil them and carve them myself. They made such good presents, dearie. The little mute boy took them home. He loved them so. All the time he came back with new bones for me, holding them up so I could see in his eyes, even though his tongue was still. Granny, his eyes would say to me, carve these bones for me. Make me another present. And he went so far, all the way to Dunwall Tower, the royal headsman himself. Now, my little mute boy and his shiny, shiny sword. Better bones were what I needed, you see. Better bones to carve and polish, scrape and gleam. Dear old husband was always tired. I made him soup and he was sick. Better bones was all. For my mute little boy, carved in the name of the one with the black eyes, and after my husband was gone, giving away his birthday gifts. I didn't want to live there any more. Now I'm old and don't have many to give my presents to. It's sifting through the garbage for granny rags, and feeling the little birdies that gather at my feet. No one wants to have tea, dearie, especially those rude louts on Bottle Street. Lockjaw and his boys, always meddling with an old woman just trying to make her way. In the end, we'll be together with him, you and me, in the dreary night with stars above and below, and always the one with the black eyes, dearie.